those that don't know me, welcome. I am Abby. I am getting myself ready to head out to the in-laws for a roast. So nothing too glam. Just gonna get ready, keeping it casual, keeping it nice and peaceful, calm really. And I thought, whilst I was getting ready, I would finally do this video. Because I have attempted it 2 previous times on 2 separate occasions and have not liked what I have produced. So this is why we are here again. Hopefully 3rd time is the charm. Where did I throw my brush? Okay, this one will have to do. So, like I said, it's New Year's Eve. And obviously with that comes a lot of reflection on the year that's gone, on the people we've been, and mostly on who and what it is that we would like to achieve for the next year. And whilst this is true for me, I am also finding myself looking at the past 10 years of my life. Because this year has been a very transformational year for me. It's been a year of growth due to the little mini deaths and a few big deaths too that I have gone through as a person. And obviously with the death also comes the rebirth. And 2024 has just been a year full of that. It's been such a hard year in that way, but also such a great year just for learning and coming back to myself and re-establishing my priorities and who it is, and just re-evaluating what I'm doing with myself, what I'm doing with my life. Hence why we are sat here. I gave myself a goal a few weeks ago to get my YouTube video up by today. Now, it's very ambitious of me. Hopefully I can get it edited by today and up by today. If not today, hopefully tomorrow. So, with all of that, the whole reason I am starting this YouTube is because I'm hoping to create a space. I'm hoping to create a space that people can turn to and come to, not only for advice and information, but also to create a space that feels safe and it feels like home for people, no matter what kind of walk of life we're from and what we're going through. I just want to create a space where people can come and get all the information they need to come back to themselves, to reconnect with who they are supposed to be, and to find liberation in that. Often there's a lot of shame in being our true selves. You know, whether someone doesn't like the way we dress, someone doesn't like the way we speak and the way we do things, and even the things we can't control, from our appearance to where we were born, our family circumstances. And yeah, I'm hoping to create a space that is a reflection of the things I needed growing up. Something that I needed for probably not even the last 10 years, probably the last 15. And I'm hoping from this I can create so many things to help educate mothers and daughters alike, so that these cycles don't continue. So the reason this video has come about today, and suddenly feeling inspired to, because it's been weeks since I last tried to film this, is because when I was driving home today from my only class of the day, my last class of the year, I was just kind of reflecting and just thinking about some things, and then I've just kind of like journaled about it, and it's just kind of inspired me more to do this video. And I just realised that this end of year isn't just an end of year, it's the end of 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and soon to be 2025. So for those that don't know my story, I'll give you a quick background. So at the age of 12, I developed an eating disorder, anorexia, and spent probably from 12 to 17 years old trying to recover from it. A few years in the depths of it, in and out of hospital, and just not really living. I can remember how I felt 10 years ago, and 10 years ago I couldn't imagine a future for myself. I couldn't imagine anything. When I tried to, it was just black. There was nothing there. There was no sort of life I had envisioned for myself. None of it. I couldn't see it continuing, really. Which is really sad to say that a 13, 14, 15-year-old felt that way. But that's how I felt. And so I couldn't even imagine a future. And it just really resonated with me. Because on a completely separate thing this morning, first thing I always have a morning routine where I meditate, do yoga and journal. And I always set an intention for the day. And today's intention was gratitude. And whilst I was driving home, I was having these thoughts thinking about 10 years ago, I didn't even think I had a future. So fast forward in today. So I'm going round to my boyfriend's parents for a lovely New Year's Eve dinner to sit with his family, to connect with them all. I have taught a Pilates class today and had the rest of the day to myself because I'm now self-employed. I have spent the last 5 years being a scientist, and anyone that knows me knows how much I love science. So for that in itself was just such a big thing for me. And then as well, 2 days ago, we booked our one-way flights to Australia because we are moving to Perth, moving to Australia. We are uprooting our lives to go and try something new. And all of this just kind of sat with me today on my drive home, and I just sat there in awe and in gratitude. But to anyone who sets intentions for the day, maybe I'm just bad at this, but I usually do forget. I usually do forget what it is I've set to do for that day. And as I was sat there thinking about this, tears just poured out of me because I never would have thought I'd be in this place. 24, turning 25 in the new year, moving to Australia in the new year, renting out the house that we bought when we were 20, going self-employed, leaving full-time corporate employment behind, leaving the not knowing my purpose, feeling lost and alone, to now connecting with so many people, having so many friendships, and for once in my life actually loving who I am, being proud of who I am, and trying and slowly trying to unapologetically be my authentic self, which 2024 has brought about, because it's brought about a lot of lessons and a lot of letting go of things that no longer serve me, and often a lot of times a lot of things that were never me, even though I thought they were. They weren't mine. They were never my things to hold and to carry, and so I let them go. But that's a little background into who I am. So currently, like I said, I'm a Pilates teacher in the UK, not for much longer though. we're moving to Australia. I am also a qualified nutritionist, and I am someone who was very proudly recovered from a very, very severe eating disorder. And with that, I have no inclination to run back to it. Anyone who's had one will always tell you there's always just something, just in the back of your brain, there's just always something. And when I get stressed, I am someone that tends to undereat rather than overeat. And that's just my tendency. You tend to be one or the other. But as the years go on, it really has completely left me. I don't have any urge to go back, even in the most triggersome of times. I am strong and I am comfortable in who I am now, and I love who I am. I love my life. And I don't want anyone to sit there and think, oh, well, that's fine. You haven't had this and you haven't had that. Look, I've probably not had the most traumatic life out there, but I have had my fair share of trauma and of sadness and of sorrow and of heartbreak. And I have probably went through more things in the first 15 years of my life than most people will go through in the first 50. So we're not going to sit here and we're not going to think that she doesn't know what she's on about. I do, and it was a tough road to get where I am today. But I really wanted to share with you a few of my thoughts from my journaling, because I just found it really powerful, and I'm hoping for some people it will resonate. And it's a reminder that these times pass. Even if you're in a good time right now, they all pass. We all have to go through life's ups and downs. Sometimes some of them stick around for longer. Sometimes you're in a really good period for a really long time. Sometimes you're in the shit of it for a very long time too. But before I forget, before I read, I want to tell you what it is in a little bit more detail that I'm hoping to bring to this space. So as well as having an eating disorder when I was younger, I have also had very consistent hormonal problems. Consistent in their inconsistency, mind you. And so rewind a couple of years ago, I was in the doctors, going to them constantly, trying to figure out what was going on. They could never give me any answers, often coming back to me saying, you know, it's in your head, which I'm sure every girl has experienced in the doctors at some point in their life. And so me, being stubborn and using my science background, I didn't settle with this. I decided to go and get a private blood test done, which I did at home. You can buy a kit online, comes out to your house. Depending on the kit, you can do it at home. Sometimes you have to go to a clinic, or sometimes it can even be a hospital and you go get your bloods done, but it doesn't go through them, it goes back to the private lab. Anyway, so I did this. Discovered, long story short, I have a cyst on my pituitary gland in my brain, which makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense of all the symptoms that I've had for years. And it led me further down the path of rejecting what I have been told all my life. It led me to become a nutritionist. It is leading me currently down the path of herbalism and naturopathy, and this is what I'm hoping to help bring forth, because there is a lot of power in the natural resources of this beautiful Mother Earth that we live on, and this is what I'm hoping to bring back to people. Hence why my YouTube is slightly different to my Instagram, and it is Rebalance with Abby, because I believe that health and happiness is about reconnecting. It's about rebalancing the areas of our life to reconnect to our true selves. So there will be nutrition, there will be Pilates and movement and herbal guides and everything in between. It's pretty much going to be my journey through this, but also trying to help you all. I'm hoping whatever I'm putting out along my journey into this special world, into this new chapter of my life, that I can help and illuminate some very hidden and unlightened areas of health and life, and specifically women's health. So yeah. But I am really hoping to be able to bring into this world the things I know I needed when I was a teenager, but also as you transition from being a teenager through to being a young adult. That is what I'm hoping to bring about. With that in mind, let me just read a little bit of my journal today. The last day of 2024 has already taught me some important things. For years, I believed I was responsible for my dad's death, until suddenly I realised I don't blame myself anymore. But today I realised that if he hadn't died when he did, I probably wouldn't have gotten better. You see, for years I knew I fought for him because he died fighting for me. But what I didn't realise is he died for me so I could live for him. And as I reflect back not only on this year but on the last 10, I am so proud and so grateful for myself. 10 years ago I couldn't even imagine a future because I hoped I would no longer exist. I felt nothing. My mind and my heart filled with blackness, death lurking within me. All alone in this world, wishing it would end. Compared to now, I am so in love with the life I live, and I'm so excited for my future to come into existence. 2 days ago, we booked our one-way flight to our new chapter in Perth, Australia. For me, this end of year is so much more than that. It is the end of the last 10 years. It is the end of so many cycles of deaths and rebirth, so many lessons to unlearn, and so many truths to come back to. And through all that, it has taught me a couple of things. These are the things I want to share with you all, and these are the things that really stand out to me. I could go on and on and on about the things that I have learned, but these are the things that have cropped up for me today. What you bring to the world matters, regardless of people understanding or liking it or who you are. No matter what, this too shall pass. I can do hard things, and so can you. Never ever give up on yourself. You are the only person that can back you. You are the only person that can stand up for yourself, love yourself. And how you treat yourself is the standard for how other people will treat you. Grit and determination over everything else. Only you can help yourself. Sometimes, even a day at a time can feel too much. So when those days happen, it can sometimes be an hour at a time. Some days it can be minutes at a time or even moments. They are fine. Take the baby steps you need. To stop the pain, first understand it. An acceptance and accountability mindset over a perfection fixing mindset. This year has truly changed my life, and I am a version of me that has never existed before, and I am so proud. So I know it's a bit deep, but that's who I am, and I am never going to apologize for that anymore. I love the deep stuff, and it's who I was made to be. I don't think I would have gone through this life if I wasn't supposed to be a deep person. So with all of that, I hope one day someone, one of you, maybe it's you, I can give you the information and tools you need to live a life that makes you happy, healthy, and fulfilled. Because for me, it's not just a one-dimensional thing. It's never just never just the physical or the mental. It's in fact three things that are interlinked consistently. It's your mental health, it's your physical health, and it's your spiritual health. They come in a package. You don't really get one without the other, because it's what I live and breathe. And in true authentic style, that is what I hope to bring to you all. So if you've made it to the end of this video, I hope you feel like you know me a little bit better. And hopefully if you don't, then we can get to know each other over the next few videos and through the rest of time. So thank you all so much for watching. I have never done this before. Thank you all so much. Like and subscribe, and I will tag my Instagram handle below. So follow along for more. I use Instagram more than anything. But I'm hoping to change that. I feel like YouTube is going to be my place. So thank you again so much. I will see you in the next one.